All right. I think this is the last time I have to go down for laundry. I think I now organized a bit more. I also took out the filter. It was full of cloth. So that probably will now make it happen that the laundry will actually be done by the end of the stream. Which is good. Okay. We shall continue. We got our next author called Cavalry, which doesn't have they do not have an author's page, and they wrote an anomalous haircut. Yeah, you fucking stay away from my hair. You stay away from my hair now. You hear? Object class safe. Special containment procedures and an envelope containing procedure Gamma 2944 is to be kept on Site 19's filing department in a locked cabinet. Personnel wishing to experiment with SCP-2944 must first receive written permission from a level 3 personnel or must have level 3 or higher clearance in themselves. All testing is to be performed on D-class personnel. Don't touch the... Yeah, you better not. You do not have my permission to touch my Afro, so you stay away from it. Written log is to it'll be maintained and no copies will be made of the instructions. Any personnel found to have disseminated information to unapproved persons will be subject to reprimand. Description: SCP-2944 is an anomalous hairstyle, colloquially called an extensive specific set of instructions. Procedure Gamma 2944 must be followed in order to create SCP-2944's anomalous properties. A few have been included in this report. From the ridge of the skull to the hairline before the subject's left ear at a distance of at least centimeters from the front hairline, cut a rough rectangle centimeters wide and from a hairline to ridge of hair approximately centimeters long. Completely shave a centimeter wide line vertically down the subject's left eyebrow, or if a widow's peak is present, their right. Do not shave with an upward motion. Position is unimportant as long as there is still hair present to either side of the cut. On the subject's right hand side, cut an isosceles triangle, 0.0 centimeters times 0.0 centimeters times 0.0 centimeters with the non-base angle originating from the highest point of the ear and the base oriented so that the nearest as possible to the nape of the neck. I wish there was a picture to just to, like, actually see what it's supposed to look like. I can somewhat visualize it, but I still wish there was a picture. Once the condition gives in procedure Gamma 2944 are met, the wearer will gain conscious control over each hair follicle on their body. Okay. The abilities are proportional to how well the instructions were followed. A subject will have greater awareness and control over the ability to lower the error in the procedure. Hairs being controlled by the subject show signs of increased flexibility and sensory input. Several test subjects were capable of discerning the shape of objects simply by brushing them through fine body hair without contacting the skin. In addition to being capable of undulating motions, the hair is also less receptive to static buildup. Users can no longer control follicles once they fall or are plucked out. Observed behavior also includes several unconscious actions. For example, if threatened, a subject's hair may become rigid and stand on an end all over the body. Additionally, should a subject have need of an item and reach for it, hair up the arm and on the hand will subtly point towards the desired object. If a subject is cold, longer strands will weave together in a simple pattern to preserve warmth. Okay. Longer strands are also capable of wrapping themselves around parts of the body or performing multiple directional changes. Though the complexity able to be achieved depends on the level of focus from the subject. Several D-class proved capable of such actions as pushing a button, flipping a light switch, and even holding a lightweight objects with a lock of hair. A marked increase in erector pili muscle mass is noted after a brief duration, but does not account for the increased range of movement or subject's ability to bend hairs. Approximately 24 hours after the completion of the haircut. You could say that SCP-2944 is hair race. Sure, yes. You could definitely say that. You could definitely say that. The effects of SB2944 can last up to 1 week, depending on individual hair growth rate and the subject's abilities. Wane as hair grows back. Should procedure Gamma 2944 be used consistently, however, the subject may experience the abilities as long as is permitted. Footnote. Okay, come on. Balding as shown to render the procedure impossible to complete. Should a subject possess SB2944 for a period of more than 12 consecutive days, signs of various forms of hypertrichosis begin to appear. These new hair growths also fall under the effect of SB2944. These symptoms can last up to a year before dissipating when procedure Gamma 2944 has been halted. Addendum 1 and ongoing experiment by Dr. White has revealed that more anomalous abilities will manifest if SB2944 is maintained for long periods of time. As of 14th, well, sorry, let me do that again. 14th, 15th, the following symptoms and abilities have been recorded by Dr. White, who has handpicked D17 as the test subject. Due to a long-term nature and low priority of research on SB2944, only one D-class has been allowed for observation. The following is an informal test log maintained by SB2944 research staff, abridged to show notable dates. Open test log. Okay, so D17, who possessed curly hair previous to the experiment, had begun to develop straight hair. Additionally, the subject was capable of making shorter hairs stand on end, and set hairs displayed remarkable resilience 4, as determined by lab results. Normal keratinous hair, D17 was capable of easily shrugging off light blows thanks to his new layer of padding, days since initial haircut. 23. Today, subject demonstrated the ability to make strands retain their shape even after plucked, and has proven capable of picking the lock of his handcuff with a bundle of it. Security measures have been updated accordingly. D17 was reprimanded as he failed to cooperate with guards, days since initial haircut. 31. Subject today revealed growth of hair from the palms of his hands and soles of his feet, as well as several other regions. Those are not normal in subjects with hypertrichosis, days since initial haircut. 36. Subject performed delicate and precise tasks such as threading a needle and even writing with hairs dipped in ink. A slowly increasing force capable of being exerted by individual follicles has also been recorded, days since initial haircut. 50. D17 requested that one of his palms be shaved. The responsible assistant researcher declared that D17's hands were sticky. A close inspection shows that the subject had developed a secondary layer of hair, which was wiry, short, and curved, that allowed D17 to maintain a better grasp. These hairs were capable of changing shape at will, transforming from vertical to hooked. Days since initial haircut. 52. During weekly procedure Gamma 2944, D17 reported pain with each cut. Ooh, okay. Experiments followed this discovered that the subject is capable of feeling pressure, pain, heat, cold, and texture within their hair. Days since initial haircut. 74. Oh, they've become like a new limb, basically. Subject performed a pull-up, utilizing only the 30 centimeters bangs required by procedure Gamma 2944. Also, the subject was able to propel himself forward on the floor while unclothed. As he lay face down, D17 used his hair in a millipede-like motion to advance. Oh no. that is... no. Days since initial haircut. 89. That's... like... millipede... like it... yeah, it basically walks like these guys, like... no. But it's his hair instead of actual legs, which makes it even more weird. Subject, originally possessing black hair, was found with dark red hair this afternoon. On question, D17 stated that he had figured out a way to manipulate the coloring of his hair. Melanin has been observed flowing abnormally freely when strands were examined through a microscope, days since initial haircut. 96. So even if you got $1 billion, you wouldn't get a haircut from SCP-2944? Absolutely not. I don't want this. I mean... The haircut itself sounds pretty simple. Like I would take the $1 billion to do this haircut, but then immediately afterwards go to a normal barber shop and then just shave it all off. So that means the effect is now gone again. I would just be like, okay, I'm good. I'm safe. Subject was found to be capable of clinging to and climbing upon rough surfaces, even sheer walls, thanks to the aforementioned growths. Testing has also determined that D17's hair are more deeply rooted in the dermis, making the act of pulling them more difficult and painful. Day since initial haircut 99. So 3 months have passed by now. There was a containment breach this morning and D17 took the opportunity to attempt an escape. Agent Bernard was caught off guard and D17 punched him in the jaw. Agent Bernard suffered multiple pinprick puncture wounds and it has been determined that erect follicles of hair had pierced his skin. The agent was knocked unconscious, but D17 was shot by guards stationed nearby. Day since initial haircut 105, and now we don't know what else is going to happen. But the consequential autopsy revealed several points of interest. 1. Several hours after expiration, D17's hair follicles also entered rigor mortis-like state, suspending his body approximately an inch off of the operating table. Dash 2. Hair had clumped over the entry and exit wounds, likely to show bleeding, but likely to slow bleeding. Dash 3. While surgeon shaved the subject's chest for the initial incision, he unintentionally cut D17 slightly to the left of the sternum, resulting in local hairs stabbing him in response. The hairs became again flaccid and unresponsive within 2 minutes. So there's still like a little bit of like a defense mechanism, even though like the D-class is dead. Number 4. Subject's inner ear contained additional longer hair cells of unknown function. Number 5. Hairs had grown in several other cavities and canals, such as abnormally long cilia in the smaller intestine. Similar hair-like growths were also noted on the roof of the mouth and down the esophagus. Number 6. Near the end of the procedure, D17 began to shed his hair until all follicles had been displaced. Shed hair was found to be non-anomalous. And there's an asterisk here. This D17's corpse has been incinerated as per protocol. Gotcha. Where's the asterisk from though? What? Notes on discovery. SB2944 was discovered in the small village of Panama, where a local barber was reported as a person of interest by a visiting government official. POY 3564A refused to elaborate even with specialized foundation techniques on the creation of or discovery of the anomaly, though he did demonstrate the operation upon request. POY 3564A was found to be benign and was mostly cooperative, but was administered class E amnestics and relocated as a precaution. Residents of the town reported several rumors about the man and were also administered amnestics on a case-by-case basis. Okay. Now I got hair in my eye. It's already stalling. It's going wrong. Good song, by the way. Talking about Celebration, or talking about a different song? Like which one are you talking about? Because it was Clint Eastwood before, right? From Gorillaz. But yeah, no, I will not. This song and the song before. Gotcha. Okay. I would not. I mean, I would get for $1 billion. I'd get this haircut, but like I said, I would just then like just shave everything off and start freshly new, like literally 10 minutes afterwards, just to like not have any anomalous effect, and be rich. I'm like, it's the equivalent of you asking me, would you punch your friend in the face for $1 million? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I would, and then I would then give him half of the $1 billion and be like, yeah, bro, now we can truly party. Now we can live life. But at the same time, I think I would probably just spend most of those $1 billion like to charities and people who need it more than I do. Because like $1 billion, that's just too much money to have. One person should not have that much money, honestly. I'd rather just give it to many people who have way less, and people who are struggling and friends who are struggling, and I've just be like, here you go. until I have maybe like 1 million, and then even then I'm just like, ooh, this is still quite a lot. But like, with how nowadays works, you know, I was rather just have a couple millions in my bank and just be like, okay, and then organize it in such a way that my children can then have this money safely and so on and so forth. But yeah, 1 billion is just too much to have for one person. No, thank you.